Hello there, my fellow Vikings. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to ASKA. Episode 20. Every village needs warriors. Oh, we got a blood moon. I'll have to wait. Gotta look at my foresters doing their work. Just everything's getting flattened. I still have the stamina bonus that I got from the chieftain's hut, so I don't really need a new one. So this fight should not be too hard, because I'm already buffed. And the spawner's over here. Oh, there you are. Still not done. Nothing like a little bone explosion. Thought I heard footsteps. What I will say is these enemies, if you don't, like, cut them off, they will destroy facilities very quickly. Like, one or two skeletons smashing up your, smashing up a building will raise the building to the ground pretty fast. So being present for the blood moons are really important. Because the oh, you're a teammate. The NPCs aren't necessarily good at intercepting and dealing with that. But I think my militia got involved. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Yaman's in the militia and he's just gone headlong into the fight. And died. I should have been helping him. Well, luckily, that actually benefits me in some way, which is we can resurrect our first villager. And this is why you would want well-geared militia and possibly walls to protect the buildings, because we're still not even done with this blood moon. But all of his tools and clothing, as you can see, have just been gibbed on the ground where he died. Making a bit of a mess, if I don't say so myself. So we are missing our hunter now. As a result of this. I think I just heard one get past me, maybe? No, maybe not. So just for convenience, I'm going to put Yaman's stuff into storage, because I'm not going to have a lot of space for, like, duplicate junk. Yeah, okay. And that's what I get for sending someone that was wearing, like, flimsy clothing off to, I didn't blow the smokeler horn, but he was part of the militia, and the enemies were close enough that it triggered a fight. Oh, there's a skinning knife. That's kind of the important thing to pick up. Oh, and his axe. Hey, you! Oops. Still more? Oh, no, there it goes. So I'll take a break for just a second from building the barracks to resurrect Yaman. I think I only need one Jotun blood for that. So I've got 3 on me and 1 in storage back home. But you may have noticed how long that stamina buff lasts. I've been buffed by sleeping that one time this whole entire time. I'm still on the same sleep buff. It's pretty fantastic. So if you go over to the Eye Odin to summon things. Oh, right. I don't have Eye of Odin tier 3. Meaning I cannot bring Yaman back, and I need at least 14 villagers to start resurrecting. So to that end, let's replace them. Maybe eventually we can resurrect them, but I would need to expand my population first from 9 to 14. So, left, we have Eric, who is a Green Thumb Snowstrider, and middle, we have the Harvest Blessing Cold Resistance. So Eric or Ivar, the choice will be yours. I'll give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that. And, I'm gonna leave that little headstone for Yaman out there. Alright, last phase is just 10 bark. Already have it. And the way this works is you assign someone to it. So our... Azarun has the proficiencies, so I'm going to assign Azarun. And then you can assign them tasks. So you can tell them to train or patrol. In this case, for now, I want them training rather than patrolling, because we don't have morale. Like, the reason you would have patrols is twofold. One, to patrol around work areas and sleeping areas for reducing security anxieties. And the other one would be to help you with, like, boss fights or spawners or something like that. But I don't need that kind of help right now. And it looks to me like, I'm going to call this a little early, Center is winning. Ivar. Cool. We'll do another giveaway for that. And then have you guys choose next project. So, building gear, village improvements, expanding population, which probably means adding bedrooms, because I don't have enough yet. But choice is yours. Looks to me like I'm gonna need another, make another batch of charcoal. I don't have charcoal anywhere. Got it. Which is convenient that I'm planning on smithing right now, because we're probably going to need metal to improve gear. And I think I know what you guys want, which is for me to outfit Azarun, our new militia, with, like, actual armor like I have. That's at least my assumption. So, if that wins, that's what I intend to do. Give them the same drip that I have. Okay, we're gonna call that done. So, outfit Azarun with arms and armor. The gear that I have right now is, outside of like maybe a two-hander weapon, is about as good as it can get. I don't have crafting skill high enough to make anything better. Plus, the metal, my crafting huts need to be upgraded anyway. Because this is a tier 1, I only have a tier 1 metalworker, tier 1 everything, right? So, I need workshop houses for upgrading my metalworking. But what I can do is I can hook them up with, like, the thick linen and rough iron helmets. So, the rough iron helmet is going to be the first thing I make for him. And then, you know, basically everything that I'm currently wearing on here to make sure that Azarun has. So that when Azarun is called to fight, they are just as capable as I am. Which also means intentionally removing everyone else from the militia. I think Yaman might be alive had I done that sooner. The problem was I hadn't, and Yaman attended the whole, like, oh, we're getting invaded or whatever, and got way overwhelmed by the skeletons that and draugrs that attacked. And had he not been part of the militia, that would have been different. Because he was part of the militia because he had really good archery skill. And to that end, I am going to need to hire out a new archer soon. Right? Or a new hunter, because I don't have anyone working in here. So, nobody has the skills. So I'm just going to assign Pooker. Might as well. Pooker has no proficiencies, but it should be fine. Maybe the new person coming in will be better at it. Time will tell. And there are knives, you'll find them. So we've got 3... So in order for me to make another rough iron helmet, I believe I need 2 plates and 2 sets of nails, which is quite a lot of metal. So we have a batch of 10 in there, or 5, and then another 7. So there should be plenty of, And Brazit, you're the next colonist. There should be plenty of metal that we have in the colony right now in order to afford a rough iron helmet. The NPCs probably also benefit from shields. What I might do initially is just to have a flimsy shield for training purposes. You know, one of these hunk of junkers. But eventually giving them something worth using. Because in real fights, having a shield that won't break after a swing or two is going to be important. So if we run over to the barracks, and here's Ivar, so let's... Where's Ivar? Stand still. You came with Stonebreaker, Harvest Blessing, and Cold Resistance, and Bear Power. You're a heavy hitter. Okay, so you're really, really, really good at Stone Harvest. You might even be better at Stone Harvest than Sapo, who has historically been on Stone Harvest. Is Sapo still Stone Harvest? You are Stonecutter Hut. Yes. I'm going to see who's higher proficient at it. Ivar is better. So... Sapo, I'm going to have you cut from that job and be a builder for now. And then we'll give Ivar some... somewhere to sleep. There we go. So where's our... Oh, and, early, early, late, mid, 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 late, late, early, early. Where's Azarun? here's Azaroon. So Azaroon, you're going to need a shield. And honestly, you're going to need another weapon. So I'm going to give you my axe for now. Because in order for militia to train, they need like a shield and an axe. Or a shield and some sort of weapon. I do like to, just to keep the weapons less confusing, I do eventually like to give them swords. Not that swords are meta, but I'll explain my justification. So swords are relatively cheap to manufacture, as it is a small iron blade. So when you break skinning knives and break draft knives, it creates an iron knife blade. When you break a woodcutting axe, it creates like a iron axe head. So you could forge... You could give your militia crude iron battle axes, but the problem is when they break, they form the axe head, and you're not sure where that axe head came from. So that axe head could be for woodcutting, or it could be for militia. And you have to go and investigate every time. Whereas if you just give them swords, the sword blades only make sword blades. So when you have a broken sword blade, you know, oh, militia broke the sword blade. So it's a type of, you know, metal, it's a type of iron blade that only is ever used for fighting, which makes it easy to understand what broke and who needs to get it fixed. So that tends to be why I like to give them swords. Again, not because they're better than some alternatives, but because it's less confusing when trying to manage the blacksmithing needs of the village. Well, first thing oops, wrong direction. First thing I want to forge here is my own axe, because I just gave my axe away so that Azaroon could train. And then we'll start making the gear for Azaroon. Now, the other thing I could do for the militia is to give them, like, two-handers, or to give myself a two-hander. You guys did vote for me to improve my gear, so once I'm done hammering out the ingots here, I'll have a follow-up poll about what kind of standard gear you want them to have. Sword and shield versus two-handers. That will be up to you. I probably also need a pickaxe from a miner, yeah. Do they really not have one? Oh, and I didn't actually name Rise It. I gotta go ahead and do that too. Yeah, they have the stone ones that can only do the smaller nodes. They don't have the bigger ones to do the larger nodes. Now that I have a cart, I can always just bring the cart down to the mines and fill up on large stones. So it's a little bit less urgent that I get those pickaxes for the stone production. So we've got 8, huh? An axe blade and a plate is what I'll make with this. So the plate's for the helmet. Just to make sure they're actually training. You Need a two-handed weapon to patrol and keep the... Oh. I don't think that that's true, but okay. Asking for two-hander. I think I didn't assign them to do training, and that's my fault. So I'll have to double check on that once I'm done forging. You can't extinguish it anymore? Guess that's new. Yeah, I can't seem to put this out. Alright. Flame on, then. And then the plate I'll just stick in here, and that's one of the pieces that I need for the helmet. You're surprised there's no spears? I know, right? Spears are one of the first primitive weapons because it was easy to make a spearhead and sticks were cheap and easy. So it was a very commonplace tool. I should probably have a construction project queued up for my builder even when I'm blacksmithing, so I'll queue one of those up too. Just a second. The bellows metal looks pretty funny, doesn't it? Just jiggling it. Like spare change? Salvation Army. Ringing that bell. Nothing like getting a splinter when you're hammering ingots. Can you imagine how painful a metal splinter would be? I don't think I'd call that a splinter anymore. Oh, now I can extinguish it? Well, you don't say. Wasn't able to a minute ago. And for this batch, I will make a plate and some nails. Where's my firewood stockpile? Is it empty? Yeah, it's empty. Almost. One of them is. Metal splinters hurt so bad? I'll take your word for it. I've never had one. Not in the traditional sense, at least. So one more nail forging, and we'll have the materials for the iron helmet for Azarun. And I'll just hold on to the nails so that they don't get misplaced. Ah! I stole your water. So yeah, Azarun isn't able to train. Because you're missing materials. Trained at this building. Confirm. What's your complaint? I think you have everything you need. Did you put your shield away? No, you have your shield. Oh, did I not hit confirm? Where did that, Oh, create. There we go. Yeah, okay. So there is a patrol route, which is not really a patrol route. It's just training. And it should update in a minute where I'll check back with Ezraoon soon to make sure that the training regimen is taken afoot. And then if I had more population, what I would do in this case is assign someone to the water shrine, a sage to the water shrine, because Ezraoon could pray to the water shrine to get better melee proficiencies to then train faster. But that's like a big use of population for something that only benefits one person, so I don't want to do that right now, but just to say that it would be an option if you're trying to train a lot of militia quickly. Like if you got nearly wiped in your village and you needed capable fighters, you could use the rune stones for your benefit like that. Alright, there is no ore here. Let's make a torch before we go down there and get some more iron. I, like you, like to be able to see what I'm doing. There's probably torches in the tool stockpile, but whatever. I'll just make some new ones. Cheers! Now for a mining song? If only I could have a Diggy Dwarf song here. Okay, Ezraoon, you still complaining? You have no current complaints. I'm going to assume that your needs are met for work. I am gonna try for 6. I'll probably fail again. But my blacksmithing is now like level 42 now. Plus I have the Chieftain Hut stamina buff. Who knows? Maybe I'll get it. Started smelting at 65%. This might be close. As long as the bellows has oxygen in it. I think this is going to be my first 6 batch. Yeah, it looks like it. The pressure's on. Oh god. We're losing it! No! No! Why? Hubris! I got it! I think! I guess I'll find out in a moment, once I'm done hammering. I think I heard it tick over. I am the Metal King! Honestly, it wasn't worth it. Like, I barely got it, and I burned a lot more fuel doing it. Yep. Got the first backs of 6. Nice. As my blacksmithing goes up, that will be easier to do. Obviously. That was close. Now I can. Oh, you know what? I know why I couldn't defuel it. I went over the 100% mark before, which is why I couldn't extinguish it, because I had cranked it to 100 or 150. Can you guys stop littering? Why is there just random? I mean, my seed storage is probably full. Nothing like the weather smashing up my buildings. Alright, so we're making a plate. And this is for the rough iron helmet. The rest of the clothing will be really quickly, done quickly, because it's just linen leather. I don't know if I have leather, but at least I can make the linen stuff, because we have so much flax. What the flax? Oh, send to quenching. Yes, I'm literate. I was like, this one looks done, but where is the last slag? Yes, I demonstrated that 6 was possible. Although not easy to do. So what am I missing for the helmet now? 2 linen, 2 threads. Wait, where'd my iron oh, they took it. At least I know where it went. Wait, I have 3 iron plates? When did... Why would I have 3? I've not made anything else that requires an iron plate. Oh, I had already made 2? Wow. My caffeine is not working. Well, having a spare is fine. Not gonna hurt me. So here's the helmet. Azrin, what else do you need? I should probably actually go look at you, because I don't think I can trade with you like that. And speaking of caffeine, cheers! Hooker, unexpected, ink. They still sleep. Yes. So here's a helmet. So you need a linen cape, you need thick linen, gloves. You need everything. Everything else except for the helmet. Alright, that's fine. So we'll do the thick linen stuff first. So 10 linen, 10 and 2, 10 and 2. So the recipe, as you may have noticed, is different than it was last time I streamed. It's more expensive to make. Actually, no, that's thick linen. I was making the flimsy stuff. So I need 20 and 4. Because I get asked a lot, I like to do the crafting myself so that I can actually level up my crafting skill. Because if you don't level up your crafting skill, then a lot of the blueprints are locked to you. So 1 and 2 for boots. Two for gloves. And then 6 and 5 for cape. Meaning, I need a new priority. Now, if you want me to continue improving gear, I can poll you guys whether or not you want me to start rolling out two-handed weapons, if that interests you. If not, we can take on other projects. Yes. So you are fully geared. Correct. And then I have an axe head that I should probably fix up, but I'm all set too. Cool. Tight poll. So if you haven't voted yet, please feel free to do so. Oh, we're out of sticks here. I gave him the wrong shirt. Where is the shirt? Did Where did did I not make the shirt? Oh, I didn't have room for it, and it went on the outfit rack. Unbeknownst to me. Because my inventory was full. So, needless to say, if your inventory is full, and you craft, you don't, like, lose the thing. It just goes into wherever the nearest storage is. So, there we go. Correct shirt. Now we're twinsies. Gulp, gulp. Good job catching that, by the way. Bazarun is ready for some fighting. And it looks like village improvements is, the popular choice. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do for village improvements is... let's get a little road planner here. So road from my hut out this way. Alright. Then we will do a large garden here. We'll put a Yule tree here. And a decorative birch here. Trying to get the morale bonus for the houses that we have established already, fully maxed, in other words. And the decorations, a little goes a long way. it's really easy to end up with really good morale for all your sleeping areas, just with a few decorations here or there. And no, the pole should not still be up. Good catch. Seems like the new guy is asking for a better pickaxe. I'll probably have to accommodate that at some point. Oh god. Timmy falling down the well again. There we go. Oh, that sucks. The other constructor delivered all the stone. And here we go. Big old Yule tree. Thank you for tuning in to ASKA, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow villagers and warriors.